This story right here really is like just putting on that nice old warm hoodie. It just feels good, especially when it just came out of the dryer. You know exactly what I mean. We're diving back into the Bud Light situation because guess what? It's about that time when a bunch of storefronts are reshuffling their shelf space in approximation and rather in anticipation of the holiday season. And well, things ain't looking good. Things ain't looking good for the old best-selling beer in the United States. 22 years, well, we're not going to quite make it to that 23rd. Oh well, ex-Anheuser Busch employees blast incompetent leadership for handling of Dylan Mulvaney fiasco. Yeah, because, well, there's probably a lot of people that work for Anheuser Busch that are probably seeking external employment because, well, the writing's kind of on the walls, guys. And it's like through the end of the year, yeah, you're going to have all those assurances, okay? The CEO came out and said, we're going to take care of everybody through the end of 2023. But after that, some heads are going to roll. I'm not looking forward to it. I'm not cheering that shit on. I don't want to see anybody get put out of work because the executives, as they're being rightly called to the carpet, ended up facilitating this entire debacle. Frustrated former employee of Anheuser-Busch complained that incompetent leadership at the beer company had cowered in fear to the criticism it faced for partnering with Dylan Mulvaney last April. Well, no, it was just this most recent April. It hadn't gone on that long. It's been going on for a while, but not that long. And should have doubled down in supporting the transgender. Yo, man. Okay, so this is somebody who's like, okay, listen, we're leading the lambs to slaughter, but if I stand at the back, they'll get me last. I really wish they would have stuck to their guns and just said, we did this. Beer's for everyone. Get over it. Shut the fuck up. Yo, this is like when everybody was getting on Az from Heel versus Babyface's ass about the pronouns in Starfield, okay, when he ended up making that rant where it's like we're tired of leftist infiltration in escapism, and a very valid point, but what was everybody harping on him? Oh, it's just pronouns. What's the problem, bro? It's just one step. It's just something little. I don't know why you're so bent out of shape about it. Who's talking about Starfield? We're what, 3 weeks? We're not even a month after the release of that shit, and nobody fucking cares. It's amazing how quickly that just completely dissipated from the public discourse. It's kind of wild, but totally anticipated. It looked like it was going to have the staying power of a fart in the wind, but oh well. And then you have this retard just unironically saying, no, you should have just doubled down on appealing to the 0.001% of the population, you moron. That's why you're an ex-employee. Hopefully you ended up getting fired even before all this stuff. The media outlets spoke to several former employees on the condition of anonymity about their experience working for the beer giant while they dealt with one of the biggest boycotts in U.S. history. Yep. Oh, it's just all of those stupid conservatives. They just can't get out of the way of progress. It's just beer's for everyone. Just get over it. Nope. You betrayed your audience. You betrayed your core consumers, and guess what? You end up paying the price for that. Beer's not for those people anymore. You just want to call us stupid and susceptible to media manipulation. Okay, bet. You go ahead. You just go get that group that you pander to. Oh wait, you didn't get them? Sucks to suck. Another ex-employee said leadership responded with panic and rash decisions to the chaos and the immediate aftermath. Well, they actually responded with one of the most laughable responses ever. Hey guys, just sit down, have a beer. Beer's for everyone. Actually, they did exactly what the idiot at the beginning said, and guess what? Everybody laughed at that. It's like, it's not an apology. It's not really a course correction at all. So saying that it was panic and rash decision making, it was neither. They went radio silent for 2 weeks, okay? Let's not try to gaslight recent history, morons. We didn't hear anything from the leadership in over a month, and then after a few weeks, some high-ups at Anheuser-Busch released a statement, pretty much said nothing. Yeah, there it is. We didn't hear anything for over a month, and then a few weeks. Yo, man. Like, do you guys purposefully hire people that only have a 70 IQ? What is going on here? Anheuser-Busch initially defended their campaign, saying the partnership with the transgender activists helped authentically connect with audiences. Again, what are the demographics of Dylan Mulvaney's audience, known as primarily a TikToker? How does TikTok skew? Like, what's the average audience? I think it's between 14 and 16 years old. What's the legal age to drink in most places? At 18 to 21? Oh, okay, cool. Authentically connect with audiences. All right. As backlash mounted to Mulvaney's post, Anheuser-Busch CEO Brendan Whitworth, well, he remarked 2 weeks later, we intended it to be part of the discussion that divides people. We are in the business of bringing people together over a beer. Former staff described how the company's response left them worried for months about Mulvaney's welfare and their own job security. Oh my God, who is this? Dylan Mulvaney? Is that who you were talking to? Are we doing everything we can at the company to support this person? Yo, this is somebody who unironically was like, oh my God, this is somebody who would have in the aftermath, been more concerned about the, oh my God, people are just going to reflect so poorly on Muslims in the aftermath of 9/11. These sort of people, I'm not saying what should happen to them. All I'm saying is that their opinions don't matter for shit. Are we doing everything we can at the company to support this person? Okay, one former employee remembered asking their boss, or looked at them and was like, are you fucking serious? No, they're constantly talking to Mulvaney. But remember, Dylan said that nobody reached out after the company was burning and ended up losing over $40 billion. Okay, was it $400 million domestically? Yeah, it's just absolutely ridiculous to think about that. And what's the long-term effects of that? All right, Bud Light losing retail shelf space because guess what? It's about that time of year. I've been waiting for this for a long time. And guess what? It's here. And shelves, well, the shelves are going to be full once again. Just not with Anheuser-Busch product. Sucks to suck, I guess. Bud Light, which has been displaced as the nation's top-selling beer following the Dylan Mulvaney fiasco, is in danger of falling farther behind its rivals when retailers reset shelf space this fall. Wholesalers, industry experts, and former Anheuser-Busch executives told ABC on Friday that Bud Light could lose refrigerator space in retailers such as Walmart and 7-Eleven. I'm going to have to go check, especially when all of these planograms go into place. I'm going to have to go into Costco because you guys remember there were some reports that they were on clearance. Yeah, it was clearance pricing. They had the little star up in the corner, which I've checked recently, and it actually does make sense. Okay, it does happen at least my location, so I guess that's the thing now. So I just wonder if they sell it there. I don't drink or anything like that, so I'd have to go in there just to peruse and go, that sucks to suck. But okay. During a busy shopping period on a Friday or Saturday night, if you don't have the beer available cold on the shelf, consumers pick something else. Kind of like what they have been doing over the past 6 months. This is Anson Fredericks, former Anheuser-Busch InBev executive, and somebody who's been very vocal about how poorly Anheuser-Busch has handled all of this. Fredericks said that the shelf space is the single largest determinant of sales in a store. Exactly, man. There will be a dramatic shift, Fredericks told the outlet. Modelo Especial supplanted Bud Light as a top-selling beer after Anheuser-Busch brand disastrous tie-up with trans influencer in April. April 1st, guys. Jesus. Latest sales figures show that Bud Light continued to lose ground to Modelo, as well as Coors Light, Miller Lite, Yingling, Schlitz. Like, everybody is gaining ground on Bud Light. Holy. Okay, the 4-week period that ended in early September. This might be new sales stats, at least to us. Okay, Bud Light dipped 27% compared. Yo, man, it's between that 25 and 30%. Terrible. Dave Williams, Vice President of Analytics and Insight at Bump Williams Consulting, told ABC News that retailers keep an eye on sales figures to determine which brands should be granted prime shelf space in their stores. And, well, they're looking around at every other opportunity and going, yeah, I'm tired of looking at those big blue boxes. Get them the fuck out of here. There's explosive growth on one side and a sharp decline on the other. Gee, I wonder which is which. This does have a ripple effect where if Bud Light loses shelf space, it could make it a longer-term endeavor to claw back to where they were able to, or where they were ever able to do that in the first place. Yeah, exactly. You're losing to something that looks like a bottle. Looks like a bottle. No. It looks like one of those baby bottles. Okay, one of the toy baby bottles. You know what I mean? Maybe it's just it's an old man thing. Don't worry about it. We've got to be on the shelf first to be selling. Yeah, exactly. The Post has sought comment from Walmart and 7-Eleven. Again, as a Canadian that has specific beer stores and liquor stores as well, it's so weird to think that a convenience store, normally a place that you drive up to, you buy gas and you drive up to, you can purchase beer. It's weird. Okay. A representative from, well, I guess it's no different from a liquor store, but whatever. Okay. A representative from Bud Light and Anheuser-Busch InBev was not immediately available for comment. He's too busy packing up his office and seeing if there's a equivalent job over at the Molson, Labatt store. Carlos Alaboy, a beverage industry analyst for HSBC, told ABC News that Anheuser Busch distributors have seen revenue decline by at least a third. Yo! Oh my god. But then you probably got an executive over at Deutsche Bank who has been, I don't know if he's on the take from Anheuser Busch, but whatever, is saying that no, everything's going to rebound. But here you have HSBC, who I think was the first financial outlet to downgrade the stock. I think that's who it was, but okay. As a result, a number of wholesalers are cutting back services and the frequency of visits to retailers, which will only hamper sales of Bud Light. That's not a good sign, man, because those are the people right out there on the front line, and if you're not having your salespeople go out to see if they can sell the product, that lets you know that they're fine with their stock, they're not looking to see any more, and the next time that you get a call, it's probably to just go ahead and take this shit off the shelf because it's not fucking moving. Distributors are surprised the staying power of the boycott. It's hilarious, actually, which has intensified thanks to viral calls on social media to shun Bud Light after Mulvaney touted the beer to her millions and millions of followers on Instagram and TikTok. Yeah, because guess what? You're getting it from all sides. Pause. But it's kind of weird, right? Like, in the grander scheme of things, Bud Light has become synonymous to boycotts in general. Every single time you see a company do something stupid. You had Burger King pulling their advertisement from Rumble in the wake of the Russell Brand situation. Is Burger King going to become the next Bud Light? Haven't seen that yet. Braun Razors. Braun Razors was doing something. Oh, right. They had a trans dude, had the trans stamp. So it was a chick that turned into a dude shaving with a Braun Razor. Oh, it's going to be, is that a new Bud Light situation? Every single time you see somebody do stupid. Or Rachel Ziegler. Oh, she's going to be like the Bud Light she's going to be the Bud Light for Disney. Well, it's like Disney's just kind of well on its way to failing on its own. But okay, I like the zest that's going to be there. But it has become the go-to. It has become a cultural landmark when it comes to companies making bad decisions and somehow making them even worse and ending up paying the price. They become a meme in and of their own making. And whenever companies are always trying to achieve that level of fame where they just become synonymous with a certain aspect of cultural life. It's just in the case of Bud Light, you guys did it successfully, like probably better than anybody else in 2023. But here's the thing. The one rare exception to the rule of any publicity is good publicity because, Bud Light is certainly culturally synonymous, but it's culturally synonymous with tranny fluid. I don't think you guys are in the automotive industry. So with all that said, thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.